Welcome back to another lesson. And in this lesson I'd like to show you a really simple but very cool thing about the piano. When I first saw the piano as a young player, and actually up until quite recently, I always thought, well, this is a weird layout, right? You have two black keys and then 3 and 2 and 3, and why would you have this sort of arrangement? And this is the kind of thought you have when you look at things starting from C, right? So you start from C and then you have 2 and 3 and 2 and 3, and it makes little sense. But if instead you choose to view things from a different note, that is from D, things make a little bit more sense. If you put a mirror right here on this note, you'll notice that the piano is completely symmetrical, going to either side. This means that I can play a completely symmetrical scale starting from D. Let me play one for you. So whatever musical interval I choose, let's say a tritone, going in one direction and going in the other direction will land me on the same type of note. That is, either both of them will be black notes, or both of them will be white notes. In other words, the piano is symmetrical about D. Now, first of all, this is just a cool fact in itself. Can you do anything with it? Well, there are a couple of things you can do. The first is you can create a mirror image for whatever melody it is you play. So let's say that you play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So I'm going to play the mirror image of this melody, that is playing it on to the left side. I'm going to mirror it about D. Now, it's not the most pleasant sound, but it's an interesting one. And in fact, if you're looking for this kind of dissonance, playing things in a mirror way might be a useful approach. The note doesn't, or the melody doesn't have to really start in D. You can mirror anything as long as you mirror it about D. So if I had played this about C, then I would have to take each of these notes and mirror them about D. So C would be E. I'm going to play this left hand an octave lower. A C would be an E. An E would be, a G would be an A, right? Because that's the mirror image of G about D. So the other thing that you can do with this sort of mirror information is a little more useful, and that is write down or come up with exercises that work your hands symmetrically. So if you're playing, let's say, this sort of arpeggio, and you want your left hand to get the same exercise, then let's mirror it about D. Now, this doesn't necessarily give your left hand the same sort of exercise because you're exercising you might be exercising different fingers on each hand, but you can make an effort to keep the fingering the same and therefore give your hands the same sort of exercise. Another example, you can say, well, let's play a chromatic scale. Sorry, not a chromatic, but a whole tone scale. And we can mirror this with the left hand and play them both together. Of course, you can start in different octaves. I'm doing it starting on the same note just to make it easier to see. So this assures that my right hand and left hand actually get the same amount and same sort of exercise. So it keeps everything symmetrical between them. Now granted, it's actually not easy to find these symmetrical exercises. I don't know what the reason is. There are some old Italian piano books, talking old as in 19th and maybe early 20th century, that have these sort of exercises in them. I honestly don't have any idea where you might find one in your local area. I have a couple in my own book closet, but it's pretty easy to take any exercise that you work on and just symmetrize it about D. So that way you'll get the same exact exercise in both hands. That's it for now. I hope you've learned something interesting, and I hope to see you next time.